Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to my YouTube page. I'm Robin Nicole, the Inspiration Specialist, and I'm wired to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. And if you have been following me, guys, I want to say thank you so much. And guys, thank you for giving. That is just amazing to me. You know, people don't even know me from Adam, and y'all are, like just sewing and stuff. And I just thank you because that's not something that I asked for. So I am always honored and shocked, literally shocked, when you guys do it. And I want to say thank you. And thank you to the first time listeners. If this is your first time hearing me, maybe the title is what led you to turn this on. But I have to give this word today, and it is hard for me to give. I'm going to be very transparent about that. But I have to do it. And you can tell by the question that I have posted on here that I'm going to get straight to the point. And this is probably going to be hypersensitive for some people because you are in a precarious situation and you are seeking God's face for some answers. So this video is very specific for someone who is in a relationship. One of you just got engaged. One of you, and it could be more. I'm just saying it how God has shown it to me. But this is for people who are already coupled up. And you're engaged. Some of you have been together a long time. You're expecting engagement, but this is for people who are in relationships. But I am speaking to the person who just as early as today, maybe 5 minutes ago before you refreshed and got on your YouTube, you have been questioning this union. The reason why you have been having questions is because it's great. It's not like the person is cheating on you or treating you badly. Your family loves them. They're a good person. But something is off. Something is off about that person, and you cannot put your finger on it. So this is not for someone. I've been hearing a lot about people waiting for someone to come back or somebody think. No, this is not for none of these people. This is for people who are already committed to each other, whether it's their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their fiance or whatever. Okay. Whew, Lord. Okay, so here you go. To the person who just asked God, are you trying to show me a sign? Is this little tiny feeling that I'm feeling about this person off? I am here to confirm that it is. God is telling me this is specifically for who this person is, specifically for the person who just asked that question. Do you want me to continue with this person? Now, the reason why this is so complicated is because outwardly, there's no reason for you to break up with this person. There's no reason for you to say, oh, no, that's it. Whatever. You are genuinely being led by your spirit. The enemy wants to make you feel bad. And the problem is, now this may be for a different person, but I think it might be the same person. You have been sharing this with someone. And this person keeps encouraging you to ignore that feeling. And they say stuff like, girl, that's just jitters up. Boy, she straight, bruh. She fine, man. It's all good, man. It's just, you tripping, bruh. You just not used to a good relationship. No, you have discernment. Okay. So God is trying to show you something about that person before it's too late. Okay. And, I can co-sign this. We got to be careful about counterfeits. Y'all, the counterfeit situation is so extravagant right now. It literally will have you tied into families, friendships, relationships. Some people taking jobs, some people doing, going across the country, doing all kind of crazy mess. And it's all counterfeit stuff because God don't play about his children. So the enemy figures, if I know that this is something he has for them, then I know God don't play about his children, but I'm still going to try to play with his children. I hope somebody caught that. Okay? Because he's going to try to distract us with people who appear to be one way and they are not. And God is always showing you things about this person. And again, I'm not saying that person is bad. That's not it at all. But this is very specific. This is not going to be for somebody who get in the comments or email me or text me. Not text me. I'm sorry. DM me or whatever and say, hey, I think it's this and you give me this long story. No, this is not for that person. This is for the person that's like, boom, that's for me. It's very cut and dry. It's not a whole bunch of questions. And this is not what this is. This is very clear. We are in and out on this thing. And the reason why I have to say it like that is because too many times we get something and we try to break it down and dissect it. One of the things about living purposely for God, and one of the things we have to train ourselves to do through the word and through expanding and elevating our faith, is that we have to learn how to take God at face value. It is not necessary to dissect everything to the simplest form. You have to have enough faith to say, I am going to trust the God in myself, the God in me that is telling me something is off and something is not right. I am going to trust God so deeply, so tremendously, that I am going to take this leap of faith. I'm going to pray, fast, seal his word, but whatever he tell me to do, and I am going to disconnect myself from this. I am going to trust God that if I do this in error, he has me covered, and he and I, or she and I, we will be together. But I am going to go what I believe is the Holy Spirit. And you can, y'all, just learn how to pray. Y'all, like, we're not at the mercy of Satan. We are not. And I think people just don't understand how valuable the power of prayer is. Y'all, you could easily cover yourself and say, Lord, I genuinely believe this is you, but if this is not and I make a mistake, Father, please fix it for me. Let me end up with this person if this is my person. But God, don't let me make this thing such an idol that I am afraid to even approach it. And you know how you're going to know it's an idol? Because you don't want to let everybody else down. You're worrying about what everybody else thinking, or you've been planning for your wedding. It'll come back to a selfish reason when God is literally trying to save you from this. Now, I'm going to say this last part, and I'm sorry, it's not going to be good. But some of these people you are with, and this is to the women, some of these men have these really deep, nasty issues that you don't know about. And it's not that people cannot change, but some of the things that they are dealing with, God does not even want that in your lineage. I'm sorry. It's not what God has for you. And some of you men, you are blinded by how this woman looks. And I mean, I'm going to have to say it to you because the Lord is leading me to say it. You don't know me. So, I'm not trying to tell you nothing, outside of my neck, because apparently people been trying to hint this at you and you're not getting it. But you've literally chosen this person off of them being bad, and you're trying to make them be something that they're not. They might be a nice person. They might even be a dope person and a smart person and a rich person. They might be all of these things, but they are not the woman of God for you. And you know that. Even though that person is nice, you enjoy their time, that feeling, that you get with that person when you're like, yeah, that's me. Like, I feel lost without this person. You don't feel that for her. And you don't. So let's just, get our spiritual chops up and our faith in order and trust God that he is going to give you what you need to relinquish control of the situation and move forward. So this message is for someone who has been questioning their union. You're not married yet. And God just wants me to tell you that little thing that you've been feeling inside that feels off, that is him trying to give you a sign. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too. Okay, so that was supposed to be the end, but the Lord wanted me to add this part. So some of you have just listened to this word. This word is not for you. Okay, what you're battling with is taking a leap of faith to move forward. This should not confuse you, but this is to the person. You keep getting on social media and you are looking for prophetic words because you are trying to find something wrong with your situation. See, this is why it's so important to test the spirits. This is why it is so important that you cannot take everything everybody is saying. Because let me tell you what the enemy is doing to you in particular right now. You have been going back and forth, vacillating between this and that, when it's because you are not putting your faith in God. God has shown you this was the person. Your issue is that is not what you thought it was going to be, and it's not the way you thought it was going to look. So you saw this topic, you press the button, you're like, okay, well, let me see, this might confirm what I'm feeling. The enemy knows that you are going back and forth, but most importantly, it's not the going back and forth. He knows that you just keep looking all over the place for words. I want you to relax, sweetheart. I want you to really, really relax. Relax in the Lord. This is the person God gave you. But see, this is why, like I said, it's important. Stay in your word. I'm not confused by what I'm saying, but if you're walking away confused, it's because you're not relying on God. If I'm not telling the truth, then God is going to have to deal with me. And I would never even say nothing like this publicly. I wouldn't even want that kind of wrath from God. That's just me personally. But that's why each time it does not matter who the person is giving the word. You have to test it for yourself. If you're saying, Lord, you might be saying, well, Robin, I don't know how to test the word. Okay, well, just bring it to the Lord. And it's not hard or complicated, Lord. I don't know if this is you or not. Could you do something where I can connect with you and I know which way is which? But I had to come back and say that. I had to say that because you have to stop doing that, sweetheart. I don't know who you are, but please stop doing that so you can walk into your purpose. And stop letting them people run their mouth and tell you these things about the person and they pet. Stop that. That's a part of the reason why the enemy playing with you right now, because you're not sticking to what God told you and what God told that person. You can't keep listening to all these people who are all over the place and they trying to curse your blessing. Okay, so I don't know who that was for, but I literally was about to upload the video. And he's like, no, add this other part. So I'm not even cutting off the first video. It's going to be the outro and everything. And I'm just adding this on the end. So whoever's supposed to catch it, they catch it. All right. Bye-bye.